Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Tis me here. Today I'm back with Assemble with Care. So the description says, repair old school objects in this cozy puzzle game. Join antique restorer Maria as she arrives in the sun-soaked town of Bellariva and set out on a journey of helping the townsfolk reconnect. Let's go. Okay, so we're jumping right into it, I guess. Okay, I hope it's recording. Okay. It's a little cassette. Oh. Look that in it. There we go. You've got sound. I'm excited.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between.
1 second. Where are the edges cut off? 1 second. Boo! I'm back, and I think I figured it out.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between. But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
Oh, I can turn it. Yep.
The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish.
Oh, I do love scrunchies. Got mine here.
I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work.
Sport.
I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off.
These earrings?
I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman at your service. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some
they're
work.
the earrings.
My parents never wanted me to go.
Scrunchy too.
They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl, and a voice she was longing to hear.
Oh, that's chapter 1. Is that a cassette player?
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town. its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun. In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying. What's wrong with it? Oh, we gotta roll it
Why
up.
did you do that?
And then we turn it. Aha. Let's turn it up. Take that out.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
And in. Where's the screen? Oh, there it is. Is this better to play with the controller? Ah, that's how you open close. Thought that looked like a pause button or something. I see. 1 second. There we go.
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I...
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt.
She'll repay us by promoting our business.
She seemed like a happy
Right.
kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. Part I wouldn't be able to fix.
That's more serious than I thought.
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
Oh.
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him.
What?
It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and...
Oh.
Do you think you can salvage it?
Does this man have...
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
I mean... better something than nothing, no?
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
But, I mean, I feel like he could have fixed the cassette himself, but... maybe he's a busy guy. Maybe they all have daddy issues. That's alright, who
Is this
doesn't?
glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
Is it Gorilla Glue? Ah,
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly
gosh, I
next
thought
to
it was gonna knock down the
So he
portrait.
was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival.
Well,
There's
are we
only a
gonna-
few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again.
Are we gonna be fixing these people's broken hearts? Is that something?
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
Disconnected.
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Right.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect. Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
Let's see. There's some screws.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
Oops.
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
I mean, we'll see. I put you to the side here. Thank you. Click the wire toolbox. This is broken. Luckily, we have all the spare parts. Goodbye. In you go. Wow,
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
how convenient. Mhm. Mhm.
Looks like something is still missing.
What's missing? This part? What I forget?
Those screws still need to be put back.
Yeah. Where does the other? Were there more inside?
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
Oh. Ah, there we go. I forgot about these. Oops. Nice.
Those screws still need to be put back.
Complete.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
Hmm.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
What about the bill for us fixing it?
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
Hmm.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh god, I have to get ready.
Yikes.
Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
I mean, if he can pay us. Camera.
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name.
We're still staying at a hotel.
Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix
Oh.
things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
Sister.
So this was
yeah.
Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera, any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong?
Wow. Do artifact restoring candy people actually fix everything? I feel like you would need to go to like a camera expert for one. Go to an electrician or phone expert for the phone.
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
I mean, you worked at an artifact shop.
I used the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
Was it supposed to point that way? Yep, so. Oh, never mind. There's the layout. Dang it. I always see these things a little step later. Needs to angle. There we go. There we go.
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing.
She a bit
Sending these to me might
condescending.
be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
Oh.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
She was probably worried about her.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready. The sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside, I found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop. Trying to live up to the standards of someone like Helena seemed like an impossible task.
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
I mean, why would we mind if we got paid? Did we get paid?
Carmen
Are we
led me to a
keeping
back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign.
I had this made when I first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain the lack of customers.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. Can you give it a try?
Of course. Where's the screwdriver? That machine. Ah, there we go. Where's this one go?
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
Why can't I put it here? Does it go on the other side? Oh, we're supposed to glue it on. I see now. There we go. That way. Click the wire to a box. the glue this here. And aha. What happened?
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
Where does the lighty uppy parts go? Ah, I see. Oops. Nice. Nice.
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
I was wondering why there were two
Great
more.
idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
Oh. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Put glue. Right. This can go. And then, how do I unplug it? How do I unplug it? I just pull really hard. Ah. And then, right.
It
What?
still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
Ooh. Girl, if you could have just told us at once. Yeah, actually, maybe we're getting paid hourly. And then, all we've got to do there. Oh my gosh, we're becoming so skilled. And then, what do we want to add? Which one's a bakery? I mean, cafe, right? Was it a cafe? I already forgot.
It works. I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
Nice. Oh. I think my mouse just died. I'll be right back. I'm back, and it brought 5 AAAs because we're out of AA. I only need 1, but there we go.
Outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
Oops.
Oh, that's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. Oh, I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
For your sister?
A smile
to
froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder. I turned to see.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived. Carmen
Impress her.
opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
Excuse
And
me.
with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
Come on. Unless you're gonna get her a better sign. Unless you're gonna get her a better sign, you can't just diss her sign.
It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I had more work than I knew what to do with. When Joseph called with another job, I was craving the cool quiet of his and Izzy's seafront house. I'd barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Psst, Maria, I need your help. Quickly, it's top secret.
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her. She led me through to a beautiful, unruly garden overflowing with flowers of every color. Nestled among them was a playhouse, its doorway almost completely obscured by a towering rose bush.
That's so
You
nice.
have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
Izzy took in a big gulp of air and crawled through the gap and into the playhouse. I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
I had an accident. I didn't do it on purpose or anything, but it won't turn on anymore.
She's a little
Can you fix it for me?
fixer-upper, isn't she? Let's see. This looks busted. Okay, we're gonna use this first and then gonna want upgrades now. I guess not. Put that there. And then let's see. 1, 2, 3. What does that sound? This one. Two there.
Nothing. Maybe there's an issue with the battery.
Well, I haven't exactly put the battery in yet. Oh. There we go. I forgot about that one. And then where does the battery go? Oh, in here. And then this on, and then put this here. No. Nice. Put the game.
Do grown-ups play games as well?
Of course.
Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
Oh. She's playing Pokemon. Hey. We caught a bird.
Her toy fixed, I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own.
I used to have a Game
Well,
Boy.
I'd better head inside. Your dad is waiting for me.
Then I
Please don't
think
tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
it fell out of the pocket of our car or something.
Why would he think that?
We never saw it again.
Well, I kind of dropped it. Really hard. At the wall.
Did she throw it at the wall?
Izzy looked down, scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
Or was she acting out
My
because
dad
she
said
lost
I
her
have to
mother?
go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress. And I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it's for his job. I'm not going. He can't make me.
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and disappeared into the wilds of the garden. She was so young. She couldn't be expected to see that her dad was struggling too. It made me think, had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view? I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me. Maybe I didn't care enough about leaving them behind.
Parents get empty nest syndrome. It's a watch. Is it Joseph's?
Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was too late.
Maria, what are you doing? What happened to your clothes?
I was, repairing a lawnmower.
How unusual. Well, do come in. The job I've got for you is a little more delicate.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town. I'll be declaring the best chef in Bella Riva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped
So it
the
can be
watch from
Carmen?
his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
If he chooses Carmen, she can surely get Helena's approval. No?
The main plate has completely cracked. I'll need to replace it. The cogs look good, though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
Let's see. Let's take all the cogs. It's not a cog. Right. Kind of satisfying.
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
I did not see that the front was cracked as well. Oh, there we go.
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
That's cute. How'd you end up breaking? I mean, to be fair, I had a watch, then it just kept scratching on everything. I am stupid. How many times am I unscrewing this watch? What's the problem? I don't really know what this cog is for. Is it on the other side? Ah. I see. Finally. Thanks. Lovely.
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun. I hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come.
The bigger picture.
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knickknack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this. It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
It looks pretty cozy.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping, as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money. She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
Let's see. So, when are we repairing these relationships between family members?
That light bulb is completely smashed.
Luckily, I have one on hand.
Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
To where? Oh, I see. Oops. does this one go? Is that working?
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
Oops. Wait, I can't see. Where are we supposed to shine it to? Where does this go? There we go.
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad.
Maybe she's like a country
Here's
girl.
a clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
Does this go? I don't know where it goes. Does it go here? Ah. There we go. Nice. Have we got it? We haven't got it. Oh. I see. Oh, the wires are exposed.
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around. I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister. She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
Helena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I love looking at old photos and albums.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe. Plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing.
Oh.
Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance.
Just
I
tell
know
her
I
the
have
truth.
to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
Maybe it'll force her to take responsibility in her own decisions.
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square was incredible. Each stall was selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favour?
Hmm?
Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
What?
Carmen was stirring so furiously, she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
Just save him a plate.
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
Also, we're not a cook.
I have a stove
Or
ready to
chef.
build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
I can set up the stove. I guess. Okay, let me see. Okay. This looks like the bottom. And then... oh gosh. Here we go. Oh, that was quick. And then... no. Where did these go? Ah. Uh-huh.
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
Bam. And then... oh gosh. Guess we gotta take out a match. Where do we light the fire? Don't really know how this works. Or the broth. There we go. And now, ta-da!
Oh, her recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind. I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine.
A quarter stick of something, half a carrot, 2 or 3 broccolis, handful of chopped tomatoes, 3 wild mushrooms, plenty of... I don't know. Okay, I guess. Wild veggie soup. Where do we find the ingredients? Also, where am I supposed to light the fire? Is it supposed to be under here? Oh, wait. Do I need to... oh, I see. Boop. Ah! There we go. I didn't realize the box was laid out like that on purpose. Put the pot on top.
I think
There
that
we
pot is really
go.
boiling now. Smells great, if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
1 pint of stock, quarter stick of butter. I'm gonna guess that she chopped up the quarter stick. And then half a carrot. Half a carrot, so 2 piles of this. Right, if I put all of these in, it'd be a full carrot, right? Unless this is half a carrot, but that seems like a lot. 2 or 3 broccoli florets. Put two to be safe. Handful of chopped tomatoes.
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
Not done. Handful of chopped tomatoes. 3 wild mushrooms. 1, 2, 3 mushrooms. I don't think it says onions on here. Plenty of... Is it plenty of onions? Because I thought that said leaves. I guess it must be onions. Plenty of onions. But what if it isn't? Should I not put enough to be safe? I don't know. I'm gonna take it as plenty of onions. 4-season soup. Is it any good?
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, as a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously handed them both a serving.
I thought she had like a sweets cafe, not a savory.
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Ah,
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
hey.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
Hmm. Boiling point. Harmony.
The festival finished. I only had one day left before I had to catch my train and leave Bellariva behind.
Oh, where are we going? I thought we were settled here.
I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen. So, that evening, I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it. Best food in Bellariva.
Oh,
Half
she
the town was
won!
outside waiting to see what the fuss was about.
Nice, and it's a tiny cafe.
Maria! My favorite sous chef. Come on through.
It was
you.
Carmen, acting every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be.
Is Helena here?
Even
Ah,
Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival.
hmm.
She was selling her camera to clear the
Aw.
cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So, I've asked her to come and stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Now she can support Helena.
I wanted to give her this to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids.
Oh,
you
I
think it
wish
had
she
one
didn't
last
sell
tune
the
in it?
camera. Let's see.
Okay, let's see what
You're
happens
such a
when we
good
turn this
sister.
on. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Hmm.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. Here's the problem. This wiring isn't connected properly.
Mhm. Hmm.
If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now.
What about this one here? Hmm. Oh, there we go.
I think that should do it.
I didn't
This
even
record
see
should
that
play
there.
beautifully.
That was easy.
It's
Oh.
spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? It must be to do with the motor. Let's see if one of these spares can turn things around.
Oh. Which one might fit? Let's see.
This motor doesn't seem to work. Maybe I'll have better luck with a different one.
I've already forgotten.
Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the correct speed. The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again. Carmen told me about your camera. That was a really generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more.
Oh.
Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips. I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I
So
hadn't
are we
spoken
gonna
to my
call
own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices, but the silence between us was, I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to my own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices more than anything. But the silence between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it.
You can bridge it. The father's reprise.
My final morning in Bella Riva, I received one last call out to Joseph and Izzy's house. I knew I had to pack, but I figured I could squeeze in one final job before I had to leave. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
Or be her role model.
You've made quite the impression. Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
I'm sure she could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bella Riva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
It's a music box. It used to play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens. I'd love for Izzy to hear it sing again. Can you help?
Is it her mom's voice? Doo-doo-doo. Let's see what the problem is.
Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
Oh, of course. Ugly. I see. How do I take this part out? Is there a dead bird in there? Oh no, it's not dead. There we go.
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
Ay, ay, ay. Cog is broken. This is squished. Little one goes there. Just kidding, little one goes there. Just kidding, big one goes there. This one goes here. This one goes there. And then... Just kidding. There we go. I think it's good. And I'll put this, and then but I feel like it's on the opposite side.
Still a few parts missing.
Are we done? It's not done? Just tell me what's missing. Okay, let's see. Maybe... Do you think the cogs are not connected properly? Test it here. Oh, they're not spinning. Where are they in the wrong spot? Oh. Oh.
Perfect. The
I
mechanism
should have
is
checked
good as
that
new.
before. And then I do this for the bird.
I think that's everything back together again.
I
I should
hope
play it
so.
to make sure.
My
Oh.
wife used to sing
See,
the
now
song
they've
to Izzy
spoken.
each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side?
Well, that took
and
a
hold
while.
you so tight? I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be. I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
Aw.
Izzy came running into the room.
Looks
where
like their
Joseph
relationship
scooped her
has
up
gotten
and
a lot
onto his
better.
shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me. I'm so glad to have them back.
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to
Yeah,
make
you know
something
what?
right.
Once she becomes a teenager, her dad's gonna
My
want to
time in
avoid her
Bellariva was
too.
almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix.
My family. Departure. We're going
My
back
time
home?
in Bellariva was almost at an end. Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop.
No.
The day I left. Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since.
Stealing the
As
suitcase?
I packed, I knew that it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load.
Packing. One second. I mean, we haven't really brought much.
Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does.
Well, she should have sold them.
The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life. My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. My train ticket. I can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind. My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station. I was sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that in my own small way I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences. Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back.
How long have we been away?
Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
I guess to be fair, I also forget my own cell phone number. Because I never call it. It's just a cute little fun game, huh? I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It's just easygoing. There's another epilogue. Coffee. Carmen's letter. Dear Maria, Carmen here. Sorry I
Dear
haven't...
Maria,
Oh,
Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left.
good news?
Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman. She's always running round, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city, though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top.
Uh-huh.
It
Latte
got me
art.
thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just what Helena needs.
I've been trying to draw little
Of
shapes of
course,
coffee. but
ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen
I
the mess I got
cannot.
into trying to put the thing together.
Do you guys want to see? I recently made my best heart yet.
I saw Maria use her screwdriver a
Although I
million
cheated.
times. Taking this apart will be easy.
I cheated a little bit. By kind of topping out on top. Look, can you see? I hope you can see. Back to it. I don't know how these baristas draw like swans and bears and animals.
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them.
Hmm?
I'll need to connect all the pipes correctly to stop the steam pouring out.
Okay.
That steam doesn't look good. There must be something wrong with the pipes.
Let's see. Where does this go? Aha. And one of you has to go here. You go here. And then...
Finally,
There we go.
no more steam.
And then... Where does this go? Let's see. Okay. 2, 3. One is gonna be electricity. 2 is gonna be I think that's right. There we go. Easy does it. Aha. Oh, we're not done. I thought it was
It
too
doesn't seem to
easy.
work unless the circuit lights are all green.
Oh, there are more screws here. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah. Okay, one is the lightning bolt. And two is the 3 lines thing. And 3 is whatever that is. There we go. No more secrets. Where did I take the screws from? There we go. You live and you learn.
I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure. All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
Coffee.
Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical.
I don't know, I feel like it'll be... Do we have a milk? Ah, there's the pitcher. Did we already froth the milk? Oh no. Ooh. Technically you're supposed to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What's happening? Alright. Are we gonna make a flower?
A perfect
I
coffee.
don't know, that's so
All it
ugly.
needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits.
Oh, can I fix it? Thank you. Wait, whatever. That's fine.
I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit, postmodern, but knowing Helena's refined tastes, I hoped she'd think it was intentional. Always the connoisseur, she didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she
She
was
needs her
totally
costume.
impressed. I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Hmm.
She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in.
Nice.
The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff. It made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to
Well,
say
I guess we must have become really
Better latte
close.
than never.
I don't know how long
that.
we were there for.
Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carl.
Oh. Are we gonna get updates from Izzy and Joseph? Is that the end of everything? Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me on for Assemble with Care. See you guys next time. Bye bye.